Oh, hello everybody. What is up? This is Logan, also known as LRXE on Pokemon Showdown. And what's this? This is the Mugulis Cup Grand Finals. We got Johnald on the top under the alt Uzi Gib versus I'm the Domace, also known as Jumpy on the bottom. Jumpy versus Johnald, Mugulis Cup Finals. This is a tournament that is part of the ADV Revival Series. Best of 3 single elimination. These guys have made it all the way. One set, best of 3. Let's see what happens. Either way, we see Jumpy leading off with the Ments that didn't click a move. Fortress lead. Double spikes. Wow, we're seeing double spikes. Fortress decide to boom. Snorlax really took nothing after double curse, but Fortress did get some spikes off. Body slam doing 30. This is a roar turn. Snorlax is faster. In comes Jirachi. Jirachi versus Skarm. Skarm reveals leftovers, of course. Let's see what happens. Not too much revealed from both teams. I believe this is an infamous double spikes team on Johnald's side. Maybe Jumpy doesn't have any removal. Either way, only one spike is on the field right now. Here comes Calm Mind Bliss. This is the sort of win con that a defensive team, like a team that has Milo, Fortress, and Skarmory has. But Wish Jirachi is really putting in work. Just undid everything that Fortress did versus the Snorlax. And now Snorlax gets to keep clicking buttons. Gets a pretty lucky crit there versus the Skarm. Here comes Protect on another slam, giving Skarm more lefties recovery. Snorlax just seems like a nightmarish matchup right now. I mean, like, yeah, you can roar it out, but you're risking getting paralyzed every single time. Here comes the spinner. Here comes a double into Lax. Into the Protect. Okay. Just giving Skarm more leftovers. I'm not sure what that was trying to catch. But either way, we do get the Curse Lax. It's going to be probably, I assume, fishing for another paralysis on Skarmory. That's just going to do a lot of damage, a lot of work. No paralysis still, though. But that should be doing a lot of stuff to help Jumpy break through this team. Because it's not so much about the speed. It's just about, 1/4 of the time Skarmory doesn't get the move. Either way, here comes another slam. Skarmory is really getting worn down and somehow has still not gotten paralyzed. Here comes Protect. Body slam again. Body slam again. Any para? No para. Wow. This Skarmory is immune to getting paralyzed. Skarmory has very healthy joints and ligaments. No paralysis. Nothing. I don't know why. I don't think those two really go together, like healthy joints and whatever. Either way, Blissey comes in, gets paralyzed. Surely it has a natural cure. Trying to go for a lucky freeze on the Lax. I understand why. 10% chance. You might as well fish for it there. Calm Mind isn't going to be doing much when you're scared of Curse Lax anyway. Here comes Claydol. Not sure what Claydol is going to be doing versus Lax. Yeah, you don't just want to boom just to get wished up on. Lax is at +2/+2 now. Skarmory is going to take a lot from this body slam. No Protect either. Not allowing Lax to get another curse off or not wanting to. Skarmory is now paralyzed. This is looking terrible. This is looking terrible for Johnald right now. I mean, like, seemingly no way to heal that Skarm of the paralysis. Jirachi is wishing up. There's a Suicune. There's a Snorlax. I mean, I just don't know how progress gets made. Wishes to itself, tries to Fire Punch to maybe catch a Skarm coming in, or just to try to get the burn on Blissey, just so Blissey's on somewhat of a timer. Let's see if we can get a freeze on the Jirachi. No. Also, I don't know if I said Serene Grace freeze before, but of course this Blissey's running Natural Cure. Here comes Ice Beam. Can we get a lucky freeze? No freeze on the Lax. I really think a freeze is going to have to happen for this game to go anywhere. Johnald sees it the same way, is going to try and get this freeze on this Snorlax. God, you have to get a freeze. Do we have a game? We don't have a game. Body slam. Any paralysis? Yep, that's bad. Not even the other freeze chance. Snorlax is going to outpace the Blissey. And, I mean, this is just looking like a train wreck right now. I mean, like, here comes Claydol. Ugh, you know things are bad when you're switching Claydol into a Snorlax. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I realized that my cursor was there the whole time. My bad. Man, my voice is so shot. I was screaming at a college football game yesterday and at the bar afterwards. College bars are where it's at. Do recommend. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I'm talking about that. I'm just so pumped for my college football team. Anyway. Yeah. What are we talking about? We're talking about Pokemon. Pokemon, not football. Claydol's kind of shaped like a football. I don't know. Either way, Johnald just doesn't have a chance here. I mean, with a passive team like this, you're looking at something else passive at the back, and that body slam crit. Jumpy says my bad in the chat as if it mattered. Yeah, here comes Dugtrio. Yeah, Dugtrio's not going to save the world. You know, that's a problem with these ultra defensive teams, is that, like, you know, they want to win the war of attrition, but when you have a Wish Jirachi that undoes all of the progress that was made by Fortress, and you have a spinner, or just the threat of spin, like, these teams just have a super hard time making progress. And I think this Lax was just too terrible of a matchup. I mean, like, Skarmory was just pressured every single time, and there was no... I mean, you had to call out that Jirachi on some sort of aggressive double from Dugtrio, something like that. I mean, like, but either way, yeah, boom, just to clean out the Skarm. Yep. It's looking like a Snorlax victory. I mean, I don't think Milo can do anything, assuming the Suicune has Calm Mind, which I think on a team like this, it surely isn't an offensive Suicune that... I mean, every Suicune has Calm Mind. I mean, like, so surely this Suicune is not going to be, you know, struggling versus this Milotic. I mean, I guess Toxic is actually annoying from Milotic. If the Suicune doesn't have Rest, and it might not have Rest with a Wish Jirachi on the team, and perhaps a Wish Salamence as well, could be shades of that Star Master and BKC team with double Wish, maybe, but and you know what, it doesn't make all the worse sense with Lax and Suicune wanting Wish, even Jirachi wanting a Wish to be passed to it. But with Curse Lax, this Dugtrio needs a crit for something to happen. We don't get the crit. Dugtrio's going to go down. Claydol's got a boom, but the other thing, I mean, Jumpy can just switch out if they want to. No, they decide not to. Psychic, is this boomless? That might, maybe that's a boomless Claydol? Either way, yeah, Lax clicks boom. Here comes the Calm Mind. This is over. I mean, they're saying GG. This is, I'm presuming, yeah. Wow. I mean, you know, Johnald is not even going to give them a chance to see if they have Rest. I mean, but then again, you just Calm Mind on the Milotic many times. You could surf it down. We don't know what the Salamence was, but surely that would get Chip on it, as well as the other thing in the back. I think these defensive teams are incredibly difficult to use. I mean, I remember, like, trying to ladder with it, like, a year and a half ago when I was playing a lot of ADVOU, and it's just, like, the double spike builds, it's just difficult. It's, like... because there's no, like, instant win button. You got to play this absurdly slow game, but also all the pieces have to fall in just the right way. I mean, like, you got to call the Jirachi with the Dug, and then, like, you know, Lax is just such an egregious issue. And, like, that's why, I mean, booming versus Lax was a great idea, because it was like, okay, let's, like, you know, I mean, just get it down, you know what I mean? But, you know, then Wish Jirachi had other thoughts. Wish Jirachi had other thoughts. So we are awaiting game 2. We are awaiting game 2. Man, I wish we were on Smog Tour so I could just, like, click on the game on the side. Hold on, tag me because I'm commentating with the replay on screen, please. But yeah. I mean, where did this go wrong right away? So we saw the men swapping out from the Fortress, doubling into Milotic. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You don't want to get called out by Mixments. And then Fortress has to come back on the Lax, and Lax starts cursing, set up a spike. Lax curses again, and you have to pull the trigger early. And that really didn't do that much now that we see that. But anyway, here comes game 2. Oh my goodness. Lead slaking from Jumpy, up 1-0, says, I am running a banded slaking lead. Shoutouts Blues Energy. Shoutouts to my we love pronouncing it slaking. It's pronounced slaking. Look at shaking, baking, taking, waking, awaking, slaking. There you go. The end. Anyway, the Zapdos is named CVHP Fighting. Jumpy says in the chat, I don't believe you. Yeah, I wouldn't, yeah, call out my bluff then. This is some 1v1 mind games happening in Generation 3 OU. Choice Band HP Fighting. Not that Zapdos really wants to stay in here, assuming it's not a Protect Zapdos, which just isn't seen that much nowadays. I mean, I haven't been keeping up with the meta recently, but I know, like, Protect on Zapdos is just kind of hard to fit, because you want Thunderbolt, you want Baton Pass a lot of times, you want a Hidden Power, and then you really want Toxic. Protect, I like Protect Zapdos. I think it's great, especially on teams that have trouble with Banded Aerodactyl. It kind of gives you, it kind of eases that burden. But either way, yeah, Slaking clicks return. Metagross takes a lot, but it is Leftovers Metagross. We see the Leftovers happen. This is likely Protect Metagross. Here comes Fortress. What does Metagross do? Mix meta. Holy. And it called out the Fortress. Oh, I'd be screaming louder, but my voice is totally shot from the college football game yesterday. Go Huskies, man. Go Huskies. I don't care. I go to NIU, baby. And we just had the biggest upset in our team's history versus Notre Dame and the Fighting Irish. Oh, I'm so pumped. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just had to get that in there. It's a big moment for me, okay? It's a big moment. Nobody cares about our team until today. Anyway, I'm sorry. This mixed meta was sick. What a call out from the Metagross. Calling out a Fortress, calling out something, I don't know, I guess a Metagross maybe, something like that. But what an insane call to click HP Fire. Jumpy says, God damn it, I knew it was mixed too, and a Psychic on the switch out that covered for Fortress staying in. Interesting that the Fortress wants to stay in. It's at 14% health and slow. I mean, especially with a team with Slaking, I don't know how this team has the double switch ability to like double switch and to like heal up the Fortress, or what on Johnald's team is going to be slower than Fortress, where Fortress can get a boom off. Maybe Jumpy values it as a switch in to like switch it in to get Slaking in for free. That makes sense. Yeah, we get a Moltres on this squad as well. So a Slaking Moltres build. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure that there was a team in a Kalos Invitational 5 maybe, that used Slaking, Vaporeon, and Charizard. So I don't know if this is the one. But yeah. Jumpy saying, Fori was such a bad risk, I should have molted immediately. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like, I would also just go into Moltres into Metagross. I don't know if you were fearing, I honestly brain farted and forgot I had Moltres because I was only debating Fori or Pert, revealing Swampert on their own team. What a daring idea. They are up 1-0. Apparently, Johnald does know of this team, according to the chat, narrating the chat for you as well. Here comes back into Slaking into the Zard. The Fire Flying Brothers. Slaking says no. Slay Queen, it's female. Slay Queen says no. Is going to get to click a free return, assuring we don't see like a ban Manaphy Protect Zard. Maybe the Zard has Protect. I died. Here comes Metagross. Do we call it on the Earthquake? No, we don't call it. Return does 39. Metagross is getting lefties here. Going to get lefties again. Had to try and call that out with an Earthquake, but maybe there's just not a good Zard or Zapdos switch in where you can't. But surely if you have a banded Slaking that would be locked into Earthquake, you have switch-ins to those flying-type Pokemon. Swampert is good into Zard and Zapdos. I mean, it will eat a huge Hidden Power Grass, but as a temporary switch-in, oh my gosh, we have the Umbreon. What in the world is this? Is this a comment? Umbreon. I don't know of this team. This might be a known team. I mean, it's not the Blues Energy Blastoise Slaking team, but Umbreon is on the field. Yeah, what a Mixment's answer. Not really, actually. I mean, Mash is going to do a good amount. Okay, why don't they click Mash? What are they afraid of? Here comes Wish. Oh my gosh. Suicune has to click Surf right now. Here comes Slaking. Oh, they sub. Never mind. Oh, that's a horrendous matchup for Slaking. I thought you had to click Surf in fear of Fortress. I mean, going into Fortress would just be like, I mean, that would be such a ballsy idea. Here we go. Encore! Holy crap! Oh my god, what a sick option on Slaking. That's so crazy that didn't work. Why do you not stay in with Suicune? Oh my gosh. Did this dude know that the Slaking had Encore? What? What? And then trying to beat up into what? What are you clicking beat up into? What? This just feels like they both know their teams. I mean, why do you not stay in versus a Slaking with a Suicune behind a substitute? You have to know that Slaking has Encore. You had to know. Either way, here comes Moltres coming back in on a Wish. That Psychic effectively doing nothing. In fact, Moltres actually healed off of that Psychic because of Wish and Leftovers. And now, I mean, Suicune is a pretty easy switch in. It did take some health behind a sub. Zard is seemingly a good switch-in. Let's see if they call it. Nope, Flamethrower does a good amount to Zard. Zard reveals lefties. Moltres is healing up as well. Let's see what happens here. Zard is just going to click Fire Blast right away. Makes sense. Moltres probably doesn't have coverage for Zard. Zard is outside of Blaze range right now. Moltres will live another Fire Blast. No crit. Does Moltres click Flamethrower back? No, it's Rest Moltres. Amazing. That is awesome. All right. I doubted Sleep Talk, though. Flamethrower, Rest. Maybe it is. What a bizarre team. Is this a... I'm so confused if this is a known team. It is not Sleep Talk, unless they didn't want to click Sleep Talk. Because if you guys don't know at this point, if you click Sleep Talk and you switch out, and then when you switch back in, you actually reset your sleep turns. So sometimes Sleep Talk Pokemon will purposefully not use Sleep Talk to burn a sleep counter. Either way, Zapdos clicks Baton Pass. Perfect time to get Baton Pass in. Let's see what's going to pressure this Blissey. I'm assuming that you don't want to throw Metagross in here right away. Metagross seems like a pretty good mixed threat and is also a normal resist. Here comes Suicune. We're going to see sub Suicune. Slaking comes in on the sub. This is so crazy that Slaking threatens substitute Suicune with Encore right now. I mean, I feel like you could really... I mean, maybe you can't stay in. Maybe it is actually bad to stay in. Oh, we get the stay in. Encore's on the sub. But now let's see. Are they going to... This is crazy. What Encore slaking? That's so sick. That's so exciting. Here comes Fortress. And Johnald stays in. Suicune is still encored. Is Fortress going to lay some spikes? What's for... I mean, this is surely to lay spikes, but Zapdos and Zard are above the spikes. I don't know if there's going to be a Claydol or any sort of spinner on Johnald's team. I mean, like... Because, I don't know, Fortress doesn't make too much sense. I don't know, let's see. Here comes Zard. Zard coming in. Suicune again did get some lefties recovery off of that sub. Is that 81? Here comes the resting Moltres, and it's taking a D-Claw. We see D-Claw beat up Zard. We see a full-on mix Zard with beat up Blast D-Claw. Moltres is still sleeping. No Sleep Talk. Here we go. We're going to rest here again. Or not the rest. We're not resting. What are we doing? We're going Umbreon into the D-Claw. Oh, that makes sense. So Moltres can still wake up the next turn when it comes in because it didn't click Sleep Talk. It doesn't have it. We're going to see a Wish here, I assume. Yep, here comes Wish. So does this Metagross have Boom? Does it just decide to Boom here? Umbreon, if it has Protect, which would be crazy, could Protect on the Boom. I don't know if this Umbreon has Protect. This Umbreon usually, I mean, it obviously has Pursuit. That's the only reason you won Umbreon. You run Umbreon to... Okay, here we go. No Spit F drop. Moltres heals up. Moltres is going to be faster than the Metagross, as we see by the lefties recovery. And we get to click Flamethrower. Here comes Zard coming in on a Flamethrower. Damage. Yep, Zard is getting chipped. I mean, it did heal a good amount off lefties with Moltres resting, but Zard is taking chip. But yeah, Umbreon always runs Pursuit because you basically run it as a much more sturdier Pursuit answer to Gengar, while also providing Wish support, which Tyranitar doesn't do, and Houndoom is frail. Umbreon is usually on these pretty bizarre stall teams, featuring something that I never thought before, Encore Slaking. That's such an interesting idea, because Encore is such a broken move. It's just that bad Pokemon get Encore, so you don't see Encore. But Encore is such an insane option to shut down anti-stall moves, such as Calm Mind, Substitute, as we see right now. I mean, Encore just does a lot of stuff. Let's see if we get the return here. No, we do click Encore. That would have been a huge moment to click return. Claydol's going to get a free spin, assuming Jumpy doesn't have a ghost type in the back. Slaking will not be moving this turn. Slaking has the ability Truant. They can't move every other turn. So if Slaking does stay in, which there's literally no reason to. I mean, you know what's interesting? What's actually kind of funny is Slaking... If Slaking stays in and Claydol clicks spin, you could technically Encore Claydol into rapid spin. Jumpy saying, uh-oh, didn't think you'd have a spinner. This might go long. Johnald says, you're going to run out of Encores. True, Encore does only have 8 PP, and there's only 5 left. And, no, it actually had to use Encore versus Suicune as well, so pressure. And, yeah, only 8 Encores. But you usually not using Encore for, like, long games. I think Encore is useful on mons like Zam to, like, you could lock in a Tyranitar into clicking Dragon Dance. You can Encore... I mean, like, Encore is just sick. I mean, Encore... It's also cool on Jumpluff. I mean, like... It's also really good in Draft. This isn't Draft, but yeah. Here comes the Swampert. The Swampert that Jumpy was talking about. Oh, yeah, they revealed Swampert before. And they needed a functional Rock Resist. So this makes a lot of sense. Swampert is the most sturdy Rock Resist, arguably. And Metagross doesn't really make sense on this team, so I like that addition here. Another Electric Resist. I mean, Blissey's basically an Electric Resist, but why not have multiple with a team like Moltres Slaking? So here comes the Metagross. Baton Pass into the Metagross. This is super telegraphing Boom. And Swampert might, if they try to Click Protect, it might fail here on the Boom. Psychics instead. Umbreon going to get a free wish here. Again, assuming... No, they're mashing. And that did 28. Mixed Meta is so weak. 28 to an Umbreon. Umbreon says nope. That's so funny. Yeah, Mixed Meta is that dude. I don't know, though. You just did 28 to an Umbreon. Wish here is probably going to be aimed at something like Fortress. Metagross Psychic, I don't think it kills Fori. Do we get the call to Fori? No, they Click Protect. Trying to call out Metagross, clicking Explosion, I assume. So Mash Psychic, HP Fire. I'm assuming Boom. You could go Earthquake. Probably not. It's probably not something weird like T-Punch or Ice Punch. Can't be HP Grass. I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't know. But Psychic, obviously Psychic makes sense on Mixed Mets. Either way, we see the Wish. Moltres comes in. The Wish comes true for Moltres, but Zapdos is on the field and is threatening Thunderbolt and also has the pressure of Baton Pass. Yes, Blissey can come in, but then you could just Baton Pass to sub Suicune. But then what's interesting is that Slaking can Encore the sub Suicune. The problem is that Encore is affected by pressure and you don't have all the Encores in the world. So Jumpy needs to find a way to pressure the Suicune right now. Here comes Swampert. Toxic Protect. Is this Earthquake? Oh, Roar. It's probably Roar. Ooh, Hydro Pump sub Suicune. Yikes, that's not good. But a good thing for Jumpy is that Suicune substituting is effectively damaging itself. But yeah, that Hydro Pump is not good. Seeing Hydro Pump is not a good thing. You'd rather see Surf. Here comes D-Claw Protect. Yep, Swampert getting that health going up. Blissey seems pretty free. Except Beat Up, I'm wrong. Beat Up does a lot of damage, and it is HP Grass, so we don't see any Focus Punch or anything like that. But Beat Up on Zard is pretty much an anti-Blissey measure that you don't have to hard dedicate to clicking Focus Punch. So when Zard is on the field versus Blissey, you can click Beat Up without worrying about Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Seismic Toss. Here comes Declaw on the Moltres. Wow, this is aggressive from Charizard. Flamethrower can't get burned. Johnald is dead to another one. Do we just click the Blaze Fire Blast? We gotta save the Zard. I mean, Zard is such a threat. Why would you even stay in and click Declaw? I mean, Zard threatens Fortress. It can still Declaw. I mean, I guess, you know what? Actually, I take that back. It's actually not that. I mean, it beats up Blissey, and it can HP Grass Swampert. But Rest Moltres really is quite the switch. And so, but I don't think you click Fire. I guess you do. I'm wrong. Here we go. And we get the Rest. We don't get the Aggressive Flame. We get the Rest. Moltres says, I don't want to be at low health. And now it's sleeping. And now Charizard's going to get to heal a bit. We could see a game state where Zard gets the heal up with lefties on double switches and then lives a flamethrower from Moltres, effectively meaning that Zard can then come in and then click some more moves. So here we go. We got Suicune versus Blissey. So this Suicune, when they run Substitute, they usually run enough HP so that Seismic Toss doesn't break Suicune's Substitute. Because Suicune has base 100 HP at 252 investment. That is 404 base HP. 404 divided by 4 is 101. Seismic Toss does 100 damage. So it leaves those substitutes on 1 HP. That's why you see like Jirachi as well running max HP with subs sometimes. It's anti-Seismic Toss Blissey. Here comes the mash. That did 40 to a Blissey. And we see the aromatherapy. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But here comes Metagross. This Metagross is still putting pressure in. Look at how healthy it's getting already. It's going to get another lefties recovery here. Assuming this Blissey doesn't have counter. I mean, it needs to have soft-boiled. Seismic Toss, Aromatherapy, soft-boiled. Not sure what the last move is. Here comes, boom! Down goes Umbreon. Okay, we got some progress. Okay, there's no more Wish support on this team, presumably. Maybe Blissey has Wish, but okay. Johnald decided to pull the trigger. And we have some progress. Notably, though, I think Jumpy could just go slaking and click return. Oh, wait, turn end sequencing. I think slaking actually loafs around after a boom. Am I wrong? I think slaking does loaf around after a boom. I guess not. I might be thinking about that mechanic wrong. I know that if the opponent dies to Leech Seed recoil, like if someone dies to Leech Seed or Toxic, then slaking loafs around on the next turn. But either way, yeah, you're also giving up your normal resist. Presumably there's not a Jirachi, or I don't think there's a Gengar in the back. I mean, there could be, but I don't know. I don't think you go Gar in the back. I mean, I have no clue what Johnald is running in the back right now. I mean, like, yeah, Kladow's the Zapdos answer. What else do you need help with? Zapdos helps with opposing Suicune. I'm not really sure. I don't know if it's too important right now. I think Jumpy just clicks Banded Return. I don't know if it kills Claydol, but what I do know is that Claydol's Boom would likely kill Slaking. I guess I don't know then. Yeah. All right, Johnald's thinking. Typed HM. Here comes Zapdos into the Hyper Beam. Whoa. Oh, there is a normal resist. Oh my gosh, and they went to Zapdos. Oh, on the Earthquake. Okay, so they went to Zapdos on the Earthquake. Oh wow, this is aggressive. This is aggressive. What are you doing? Yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. Gotta go Fortress. Do they DD again? No, they can't click Dragon Dance again. Here comes Swampert. That was good. Johnald really could have clicked Dragon Dance again if they wanted to. But yeah, they didn't want to swap Swampert into an Earthquake to take more chip. Swampert does live this and will likely roar this out because Surf won't kill the Tyranitar. And I think double Earthquake will kill the Swampert. And then the game is, well, not over, but effectively over because, like, well, maybe it's a mind game with Slaking then. Because Slaking should kill Tyranitar with, well, I guess, does it have Earthquake? Return, Encore, Hyper Beam. I mean, it has to be Earthquake last. So there's no Rock Slide mid-ground on Zard. I guess you'd click Return anyway. Yeah, but there's definitely Earthquake on Slaking. So that was a call out into Earthquake, and Jumpy calling that out, saying, I'm just going to click Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam is interesting, though, because I would have thought that Return would have still clicked Zapdos, would have killed Zapdos or Zard, especially with the fact that there's not sand. I guess there wasn't sand. But the fact that Toxic on the Zapdos. Either way, they're both taking their time to think here. This is a pretty crucial turn. Does Johnald keep the Tyranitar in to just get chip on the Swampert? I don't know. I don't know. Jumpy saying, I thought that Hyper Beam might have been greed. Maybe. I don't know. Let us know in the comments what you guys think of that Hyper Beam turn, because that was an interesting thing. That was so sick to see. Man, if you guys have seen Gen 3's Hyper Beam animation, oh, you just feel the power in that move. Like, one of my favorite animations of all time is Gen 3 Hyper Beam. Just like, it's so great. Anyway. Either way, so let's see what Jumpy wants to do here. I mean, I'm assuming Surf. Surf makes sense. You also do get some chip on the Suicune with, and now that there's perma sand, if you get the chip on the Suicune cannot set 2 more subs. Well, I guess Suicune actually can't set up 2 subs anyway. But yeah, Surf makes sense. Roar makes sense. I mean, actually, no, I'm taking back. I think you have to just Roar here, right? But then again, here we go. It's Protect. Wow, no Roar. So, wow, Tyranitar really could have clicked Dragon Dance again and then could have gone Earthquake. That's kind of crazy. Here comes Suicune, though. Here comes the Protect. Do we see a substitute? No, we don't see a substitute. We see a Hydro Pump. Swampert healing up is already super healthy. Swampert is here to handle that Tyranitar. And Slaking dodges a Hydro Pump. Jumpy says, my bad. Honestly, that's what, I mean, I don't really get, like, saying that in terms of Hydro Pump, because, like, when you run Hydro Pump, you inherently know that you are missing 1/5 of the time. Like, that is part of the move. I think saying my bad for crits is warranted. This is so off tangent. But, like, I think crits, obviously, out of your control. But, like, when someone runs an inaccurate move, that's what they're running it, you know? Like, they're using Rock Slide. They know that there's that inherent risk. But, yeah. Either way, Moltres comes in on the Zard. Suicune is dead. Moltres flamethrowing the Zard. Zard is down. This is looking good for Jumpy. This is looking good. Here we go. Tyranitar. I mean, Moltres is it HP Grass. Are we going to get some chip? No, we're going straight to Swampert in the Claydol. Okay, looking for a Boom, maybe. Swampert could just click Protect, though. We see no Boom. Okay, I guess Claydol can click Boom, but, like, Swampert just kind of looks like it wins the game. Here comes Slaking into the Earthquake. Slaking's going to get to click Return. Ooh, no, you can't because of Tyranitar. Or do you? No, you do. How much do you do? Oh my gosh, that's not a lot. Wait a second. Tyranitar could maybe do something. I mean, I guess you just go straight to Swampert, though. No, yeah, that's the problem. You just go straight to Swampert. You need, like, a crit Earthquake. Yeah, this is looking over. You got to do... I mean, I don't know if Johnald could win this. I don't think they can. Here comes Surf into the Claydol. Claydol's taking half. Claydol will heal enough to live the next Surf if Swampert doesn't stay in, which I don't think it should, obviously, because it's a Tyranitar. Here comes Psychic. Blissy's going to come in. It's looking over for Johnald. This is looking over. Here comes Tyranitar into a seismic toss. 4 times effective, but still only does 27% damage. Here comes the DD. Oh my gosh, we stayed in. Okay. Seismic toss will kill Tyranitar. No, it won't. Tyranitar can click DD again. DD again. What does Blissey do? Blissey tosses. Okay, so you got to kill the Blissey in front of you or else you lose the game. So Blissey should go down. Earthquake down. Here comes Swampert. It needs to be a crit. A crit and we go to game 3. A crit and we go to game 3. Jumpy will not protect here. Doesn't need to protect. Don't protect on some absurd Dragon Dance. Swampert just has to not get critically hit. And Johnald will win the game. If they get the crit. If they don't, then Jumpy's your champion. Jumpy is your champion. Jumpy is your champion if they dodge this crit. Can Swampert do it? Can Swampert do it? Let's see. Silence for suspense. They're yapping in the chat right now. This would be a tie if I hit pump, but it's a dire game. I needed Tar to be in HP grass range. I played different if you hit pump, to be fair. It is true that Hydro Pump was pretty big. But here we go. Do we get the crit? 1 in 16. No, we're going for a slide flinch instead. And we get the flinch. Oh my gosh. Well, you still need a crit. So you're going for double flinch instead of a crit? I guess that is maybe more likely, right? 90% accuracy, 30% flinch. Maybe double flinch into Earthquake does seal it. Oh, do you ever Dragon Dance on an absurd protect? I mean, not now. You Rock Slide right now if you're going through with this. I don't know if you need to... I think if you Rock Slide right now, that's what you do if you're going through with this. Let's see what happens. Let's see. They're all freaking out in the chat. Oh, I wish we were showing the chat. Is jump... No, we see the protect! Oh, we don't see the Dragon Dance. What a sick protect, actually. I don't know if +3 would have killed, though. No crit. It's over. Game over. Tyranitar does not finish off the Swampert. And Claydol is not going to get enough done. Swampert's in torrent range. Goodbye, Claydol. And it looks like Jumpy wins the game. It looks like Jumpy has won the game. Congrats to Jumpy, Mugulis Cup champion, Johnald, a courageous second place finish. Both players will be featured in the next Jimvitational automatically for getting first and second. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys on some more Revival content. Peace out.